What Redbull's F1 punishment means for 2023 to 2024. For exceeding the budget cap in 2021, Red Bull was penalized $7 million and had its proper aerodynamic testing allocation for the 2023 F1 season reduced by 10%. The FIA and Red Bull have agreed on the penalties in the form of an accepted breach agreement. The FIA made the long-awaited announcement before the Mexico City Grand Prix. In this video, we will look at what Red Bull's punishment means for 2023 to 2024. Welcome back to F1 Unlimited. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Turn on the bell icon to receive notifications about our upcoming videos. Let's get into it. The FIA has verified the results of their accepted breach agreement with Red Bull and the $7 million punishment that they have been assessed for exceeding the 2021 budget cap after weeks of discussions with the team. The team, who supported Max Verstappen to the 2021 Drivers' title and came second place in the Constructors' standing to Mercedes, claimed that they had stayed inside the expense cap. When the sport's governing body acknowledged that they had not approved the team as adhering to the $145 million budget restriction from the previous year, they voiced their surprise and dissatisfaction. However, the group acknowledged that they had been over the threshold by a total of £1,864,000. This was over the threshold by 1.6%, and they agreed to it on Wednesday by signing an accepted breach agreement with the FIA. They consequently consented to the FIA sanction, which included a $7 million fine and a 10% reduction in their permitted time for the CFD and wind tunnel work for the 2023 season. The FIA's expenses for looking into the overspending and creating the accepted breach agreement must also be covered by Red Bull. Despite the relatively lenient penalties for the cost cap violations, it has always been a top priority to strengthen the cost limit regulations and protocols regardless of the outcome of this debate. The accepted breach agreement summary includes a long list of instances where the cost cap administration disagreed with Red Bull's interpretations of the regulations when determining its cost cap spending amounts. The outcome of this first big test case for the cost cap restrictions will determine whether they survive. It should draw a clear boundary between how the cost cap restrictions may be implemented and how they cannot be applied by using this Red Bull breach as an example. Red Bull is only one of the 10 Formula 1 teams that have been found to have violated the 2021 budget cap, but they are not the only team that received fines for procedure violations. Williams assessed a $25,000 penalty earlier this year after notifying the FIA of a mistake in filing their 2021 season accounting by the due date. The team accepted an accepted breach agreement, satisfied the FIA with their blunder, and paid the penalties of $25,000 or £21,583. Aston Martin was also hit with a $450,000 fine for violating a finance regulation's procedural requirements. Aston Martin was acknowledged as staying within the $145 million spending limit for the 2021 campaign. The $7 million awarded to Red Bull is the second largest sum in Formula 1 history. The eye-watering $100 million charge imposed on McLaren in 2007 due to the Spygate scandal is the most significant sanction ever levied in Formula 1. Rarely do FIA fines raise above 6 digits. However, one prominent instance of a multi-million-dollar fine was imposed in 2006. A self-declared Turkish Republic of North Cyprus official participated in the podium ceremony at the Turkish Grand Prix, which resulted in a $5 million fine for the event's organizers. Later, the fine was cut in half. 3 years after McLaren was disqualified, the unfortunate US F1 team was fined 6 figures for failing to enter the series as planned. A strange receipt of one. The couple had been awarded admission into the 2010 World Championship season as one of 4 new teams permitted to join the World Championship that season alongside Lotus, Virgin, and HRT under previous proposals for a budget cap, which were later dropped. US F1 attempted to postpone its participation to 2011, but was denied because it could not build a car in time for its pre-season testing. The team was penalised €309,000 for good measure and wholly excluded from the tournament for failing to compete in the 2010 season. The Racing Point team, now known as Aston Martin, received the FIA's most significant sanction most recently after a dispute in 2020 over the team's brakes. Racing Point was fined €400,000 and had 15 Constructors' Championships points taken off of them, even though the team suspected many other parts may have been copied from Mercedes. Red Bull was never in danger of punishment as severe as elimination from the championship because their excess spending was significantly below the 5% level, which classified their violation as a minor infraction instead of a material overspend. Red Bull won the 2022 Constructors' Championships at the United States Grand Prix last weekend, winning it for the first time since 2013 and becoming the first team other than Mercedes to do so since the V6 turbo formula was introduced in 2014. The funds will likely be redistributed and donated to the FIA Foundation, its charity arm. The money is being redirected to a worthwhile cause, and the FIA makes it known where and how it was spent. The cost cap regulations require the F1 teams to disclose their spending, and the FIA should follow suit with the money it receives from fines. And with that, we conclude today's video. Is the 10% reduction in aerodynamic testing time for the following year and the $7 million acceptable, reasonable, or excessive? Will this provide a satisfying conclusion to the most recent 2021 controversy? Comment your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, subscribe, hit the bell, and thank you for watching at F1 Unlimited. We'll see you in the next video.